This is Hassan and Naila.
And we are that clay couple.
And we're known for providing life changes, premarital and marriage rehab courses, as well as mental health counseling that quickly gets you to relationship goals with your partner and yourself. How do you marry potential and divorce reality? We're going to quickly give you 3 ways so you can learn how it'll just slide right in and you won't even see it coming. Now, the first one is being afraid of the truth. You may have heard from other people through the grapevine that this person has this type of temperament, or this person doesn't really have, like to keep a job, or she has a fly mouth. Those are behaviors that you've heard, right? But you don't really know. You haven't seen it before. But you say, you know what? So-and-so put a little bug in my ear. Let me ask you about this. And then they tell you, oh, no, not with you.
Right. I may have that issue before, but I've kind of settled myself on and got myself together.
Right. I'm not going to do that with you. And then you feeling good. Oh, this person, they were just so transparent with me and they were just so forthcoming. And I appreciate the honesty. And then because of the thing that you have told yourself about who you should be with and how you should be treated. And you know what? You're right. You shouldn't be mistreated. But because you bought into that, but you don't do the work to make it happen, you just accept what the person says. And on face value, you go ahead and you deny everything. Because you know what? I don't want that to be true. If it's true, then it might mean I'm going to be single longer. It may mean that... What does that mean?
Yeah, because that's a lot of people fall into that, thinking if I just don't go ahead and go with it, then I'm going to be single a lot longer. And who wants to really be single? Some people really want to be married.
Okay, and I get that, but it's not like this person, like there will never be anyone else who's going to come.
But a lot of times they don't feel that way.
That's true, particularly if you've been single. You've been unmarried
for a while.
For a long time. It does feel like, oh man, this is never, ever going to end. The second one is you don't believe in yourself. You don't trust your own gut. Your own intuition and your own value. You may have very well have seen, because we'll ask people in premarital counseling, you didn't see such and such in them before y'all got married. And very often, almost always, yes is the answer. They did see it, but they didn't trust their intuition. They didn't trust their gut because, and this is really true for people who've been divorced or are divorced or been in a relationship before where they feel like, well, I was wrong before, so I can't trust my bay meter. I can't trust my bay radar, so I'm probably wrong here. Even when you're right, you still believe that you're wrong.
Do you believe that in this, though? Because my thought here is they also lessen their standards. They don't hold to their standards. We're talking about holding to their value. They hold to the standards in which they want that person to show up. They question their standards. Somebody told them, well, your standard's too high, or you got some unrealistic standards.
Well, I mean, that's easy for that to happen if you don't trust yourself. Because if you don't have any standards, you can very easily just grab on to the ones that someone else gives you. So the second one is not trusting your own intuition. The last one, rushing into marriage. You rush right in, and you rush right back.
Exactly.
Rush right back out. Because you ignore the drinking. You ignore the control, particularly control that's used with religion. You put the two of those together because you tell yourself, this person, they're just trying to make me better. People will use control and with low self-esteem,
Mm-hmm.
which goes back to what we said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But you make excuses for what it is that you are seeing. This works well when you put those two together. When you put being afraid of the truth
Mm-hmm.
and you put low self-worth together,
Mm-hmm.
oh man, that is a perfect combination for just getting
jumping
married.
jumping right in and getting married.
You know, a few people have even left our premarital course
Mm-hmm.
because we've given them some information that was like, pooh, right there. It was
Right.
in plain view for
Mm-hmm.
us, but it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't what they wanted to hear.
Right.
If they accepted what we were saying as even just a possibility, getting married would not be the thing to do.
Right. That wouldn't have been the option for them.
We even had one where, I mean, we have told someone, you need to leave premarital, because if the two of you insist on getting married, we don't want no parts.
Right, exactly. And I will give you your money back.
I don't want no parts of
I don't
this.
want no
You will
part of
not
it.
tell anyone that you work with that clay couple
Mhm.
and you are married to that person. No, we will not have a hand in that.
Exactly.
You can get kicked out of premarital counseling. This is about finding out the truth,
Mm-hmm.
being reminded of your values,
Mm-hmm.
having some patience in
Mm-hmm.
finding your babe, because love is not built overnight.
Right. And we definitely want a couple to stay together and have longevity, because just like we need people to stay married, like people need us to be married, we need more marriages out there in order to make our society go well and make our community go well.
This works really well. Marrying quickly works well because it feels good.
Right.
And it feels like love.
Mm-hmm.
But love is not built over social media. It's not built in inboxes or in just 4 weeks. Love is built over time,
mm-hmm.
through experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that I was in love with Hassan.
Mm-hmm.
And I was.
Mm-hmm. She liked me.
Right. I liked you. What was that I used to say? I like you insatiably.
Yeah.
That's what I used to tell him.
Right.
You didn't like it.
I thought it was some bougie stuff, actually.
Anyway, I did like him insatiably. Our love came through the things that we have been through.
Right. The experiences that we share and the moments that we share.
So this is how it can just come right in. And in our premarital book, you get to read the real world stories about couples and individuals, mm-hmm. and how relationships snafus. And it's like, what? That happened? Mm-hmm. That happened to me too. Mm-hmm. You will see scenarios that are like yours. But you will also get to do the short exercises so that you can prevent it from happening, mm-hmm. and so that you can get the insight that you didn't see before.
Right. Even the insight about yourself.
And that's the key thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you can go to the link, mm-hmm. get your copy. Mm-hmm. You can be aware and be informed about all of the book discussions. And where can they find us, Hassan?
At www.thatclaycouple.com.